you earlier mentioned, we're talking about the fight against malaria in Cameroon, and maybe you should know that following the 2018 statistics, the prevalence rate of the disease in Cameroon stands at 24%.
Exactly, quite great.
And I think we are rated the 11th in the world amongst the countries affected by malaria. So you will agree with me that there is a lot to do to put the ailment at bay, and that is exactly what the Ministry of Public Health is doing. And with me here is an expert, Dr. Cynthia Ngek, who is going to be talking to us about what is being done. First, at the level of his health center, that is the Baptist Health Center in Ekundum, that is based here in Yaoundé. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, patients. Thank you for having me.
And so just tell us what malaria is all about, first of all.
Okay, thank you for the question. Malaria is simply a parasitic disease that is caused by a protozoan called Plasmodium. And Plasmodium, there are 4 species that are infectious to man, which includes the falciparum species, which is actually the deadliest and what affects most persons in Cameroon, followed by the ovale type, the malaria type, and the vivax. And there's also another type called molessi, which has been currently proven to infect humans. So baseline, malaria, it's a parasitic borne disease transmitted by a certain vector called the female anopheles mosquito, the long-legged mosquitoes we see around, and that is basically what malaria is.
And so tell us a little bit about some of the things we're supposed to do to prevent malaria.
Now, in prevention of malaria, ideally, we follow what we call the ABCDs of malaria prevention. The first thing is awareness, like what we're doing now. Everybody needs to be aware of the burden of malaria in our country, like you earlier said. And so baseline, that is the first thing. Know that malaria exists and know what to do. Now, once you know that, the next step is the B, which is by prevention. And by prevention simply means we prevent the mosquito from getting to you. And how is this done? The World Health Organization and the Ministry of Public Health in Cameroon has the following strategies. First, the use of insecticide-treated bed nets, which are being shared and was shared last week in the northern regions of Cameroon, and it will be going round. Secondly, we have what we call residual indoor spraying, which actually has become less used because of the effects associated with this insecticide when sprayed indoors. And in another form, we have what we call lava source cleaning, which means we empty the drainages around our areas and also impregnate these areas with the drugs that are against malaria. So baseline, the goal of preventing malaria is to prevent you from getting the bite. Next, in the malaria prevention, it's simply prevention in certain risk groups. And these risk groups particularly are children under the age 5 and pregnant women. Pregnant women in particular are vulnerable to malaria, and so the Ministry of Public Health as well has recommended the use of intermittent prophylactic treatment for malaria, which is given from the 2nd trimester, I know the 2nd trimester of pregnancy, right up to the 36 weeks of gestation. And this helps to prevent low birth weight, malaria anemia, and also premature deliveries in women who are infested with clinical malaria. And the last one are children under the age 5, and it is recommended that there is an intermittent preventive treatment for children under the age 5, which is followed during the expanded program of immunization. And these children are given what we call AZAC commonly during each immunization visit. That is basically the steps that are being done by the World Organization and the Ministry of Cameroon to be able to prevent this disease.
And there is quite a lot that you've said, and let me just come back to the theme that was chosen for the celebration of World Malaria Day this year. It was Zero Malaria Starts With Me. And